Welcome to the Wellspan Valentine's Day Kit tutorial. I'm going to show you the final product and then I'll instruct how to create it. Hey everybody, this is Shannon from True Confections Boutique. I just wanted to hop on and give you a tutorial of how to do your Valentine's Day kits that you've received in the mail from me. Before we get started, I wanted to say thank you so much for supporting a small business like me. My full-time job is a teacher. I work at West York High School. I teach 11th and 12th grade English. Right now I have honors in creative writing. And this is something I do as a passion on the side, but you help support my new family. Just got married in December. And just my overall passion for teaching and instructing different tutorials and kits in the creative side too. So thank you so much. If you would love to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I have pages there. I also really want to see your final product and how well it turned out, which is one of my favorite parts of this whole process. So in your kit that you received, you will receive my business card here, which is so helpful. On the back, it has the links to the Facebook and Instagram, which is just True Confections Boutique. And I also have an Etsy page if you're interested in any of my other art. But I wanted to say thank you again for supporting a small business, and I really, really want to see your final creations. So if you don't mind posting your final products or even you working on the product, just that process is so fascinating to me, and I'd love to see it. So please don't be shy and reach out to me in some way. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so bear with me, I have a little bit of a cold, but I'm happy to go through my favorite part of this whole process, which is like the unboxing. You should receive a huge box here, not box, but you know what I mean, Ziploc bag, with all your product in. So I'm going to actually shift gears here so you don't see my face, you'll see more of the products. We'll go through the unboxing part of the tutorial and we'll make sure you have all your pieces and where those pieces go and what they do. So hang tight. Hey everybody, I wanted to cut to the unboxing piece, which is so much fun. Not technically a box here. You'll have a gallon bag, and inside will be smaller bags. I tend to try to stay very organized with our projects. In your bag, you will have a piece of paper that will have the link to this video. It will also have an inventory or a checklist of the materials in this bag, so you can just kind of cross-reference there as well and make sure you have all the pieces. If you're having any trouble with anything, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you in any way. With this, I'm going to go through and just tell you what's in your bag, and you can check before we get started on each individual item. Okay, so this kit is for 3 Valentine's Day cards to put together. So I'm just going to take all my items out of my bag right now and set the big bag aside. First of all, I do have the business card in your bag, which will also include a paper with all the instructions as mentioned before. But you will hopefully post your creations to one of my social media outlets. I would love to see your final products and what you guys came up with. I'm so excited to see how they turn out. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for now. In your box, there should be some loose paper in your bag. And I'm just going to go over those contents real quick. So you should have 3 envelopes because we are making 3 Valentine's Day cards. You should have 3 folded pieces of colored cardstock. I tried to do the Valentine's Day colors, like some light pinks and dark pinks, just a little variety for you. So I have 3 different color pinks here. Each one will go to a card. I have your base, which looks like a little postage stamp. It's super cute. It's a little die cut. You'll have 3 of these that'll kind of be your festive base that we'll put everything on. So there should be 3. Should be 3 pieces of black cardstock, which will be your matting that will put the fun Valentine's Day cardstock on. So 3 pieces of black cardstock. Set that aside here in our little pile. And here should be 3 pieces of Valentine's Day themed cardstock. Everyone's is going to be different, as I had a variety of Valentine's Day cardstock, but this is the card that came out of my sample kit. There should be 3 pieces of some kind of festive Valentine's Day themed paper. Okay, so you can set that aside, and that's kind of your loose paper that you'll find in the big bag. Okay, you should also receive 3 sandwich Ziploc bags, and in each one are the die cuts for each animal. So we're doing, or I guess an apple's not an animal, but character, let's say that. So the first baggie will have the contents for what looks like a sheep. Okay, and I'll go over each one individually. There should be the contents for what looks like a bunny, and the third would be an apple. Okay, and then finally, you'll have a little tiny gem bag that has a whole bunch of really pretty little sequins, little googly eyes as well, so you'll see those in the pack too. And that's the contents you should be able to see and receive when you get your bag. So I'm going to go into each individual bag, make sure you have all the pieces necessary, and then we'll start assembling. All right, I want to show you really quick just how to stack and do the puzzle for the apple. So remember, you'll have that shadow base, and you're going to add some glue and adhesive to this guy, and you're going to stick him just like so, like putting a puzzle piece together. You're going to also use adhesive to put the large pink leaf on top, and also the small pink leaf on top of here, and you would use adhesive to put those down. And then when it comes to the cheeks, you will place them just like so and glue those however you'd like to place those cheeks. Okay, with the bunny, you want to make sure you have all those pieces. Sometimes they have static and they kind of stick together, but the assembly is very easy. Okay, you'll use the shadow of the bunny, and you'll make sure that his pink frame lines up so that, see, it's backwards. So I need to flip my bunny over, and you'll see there's little tiny indents. It's hard to see on the camera, but you'll see they're cut out for you. So you kind of lay that right on top, and you would use adhesive to put them together. And notice all these little grooves are for all your little pink pieces. So you would glue your bunny belly together right there, just like a puzzle, and fit that. The long bunny ear would go right up here. The cute heart nose, which is my favorite, would go right there. Little cheek placement. And again, you would use glue here to put them all together. The little half bunny ear because his ear's folded, and then finally the other cheek piece, and that's how you would assemble the bunny. He's super cute. Okay, all right, here we are. I unbagged the sheep, and we're gonna put them together just like the puzzle we did before. Sheep's pretty easy. You have a black silhouette, a darker pink for its body where you actually see its features. You have the little puffs that are, you know, the fur, what do you call it? Sheep fur, I guess. The little kind of cloud looking pieces, and 2 little bows, because we gotta make it so cute and Valentine's-y. And then also a banner for our sentiment as well. So we're gonna assemble our sheep. I always like to take the cutout piece so we can get some good tape around. You'll see there's not as many indents to show you where things go, so I will help you through. And be very generous when you are kind of putting glue on these babies. You want to get all the different extremities, like his ears are a little difficult here to get. Just go through and get those little pieces of leg and arms. And it's a thick cardstock, so you should be okay with pulling a little bit. But you don't need to cover the whole thing, just get a general amount so we can stick it to the silhouette. And you want to make sure the silhouette matches up too. So depending on if he was backwards or not, you just have to make sure that it matches, and you kind of place it right on top there. And you'll see the black peeking out for his ears and such, which is a lot of fun. And again, I'm just wiping the excess tape out from underneath him. And then the bigger cloud is going to go on the top, and then the smaller cloud's going to do his belly. So again, you can choose, kind of match up where his little, yeah, like a puzzle piece. And then I'm going to put on the back. So just get glue on there and just take him and assemble him right there. So much fun. He's so cute. And then here's a tiny little indent on your sheep. And that'll show you where the top of his fur goes. So you're going to match him up right there. Again, add some glue to assemble him. We'll add some googly eyes to him a little later, but he's coming together. Well, I guess it's a she, or we can be, you know, we can say it's a he or she. It doesn't matter. I'm not judging here. But we put the little, you could choose to do little bows if you wanted to. It is optional, but I'll make a little pretty bows on this sheep. Okay, super cute. And then also just a little dab at the ear here, or you can dab the red bow and stick it right where the ear meets the hair or the fur. Okay, just rub away that excess glue. And yay, voila, you have a cute little sheep with some bunny ear or little bows. This was again my little mess up one. You should have a perfect little smile. Mine has a little ding on her, but there she is. She's super cute. So that'll come with a banner. I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to go back to the cards for a little bit, and then come back to the creatures and put some googlies and all the fun stuff at the very end. Okay. Okay, so now it's time to play with the little stack that we have of cardstock and various pieces here. So we're going to take our envelopes, since we don't need to do anything with them. We're going to set them aside for our final piece. Okay, so we don't need those right now. But what we do need is, I kind of like to make a little assembly line. It's just so much easier. I'm going to demonstrate one for you, and then you'll be able to do that with the rest. And you'll do this for all 3 cards. Okay, so I'll do one with you. And I'm just going to take the darker envelope. It doesn't matter. If you, for this card's purpose, we'll want to hold it with the opening on our right-hand side. So the closed, sealed edge will be on your left, and then it'll open like a book. Okay, I know it's a little hard because I'm doing the selfie mode for the video, so it looks opposite, but it will be on your right-hand side, and it will open like a book. Okay. With that, you're going to set aside one of each piece. So you'll need your Post-it piece, kind of looks like a postage stamp. You'll need one piece of black cardstock, and you'll need your decorative Valentine's Day cardstock. Okay, and that would be the assembly for one card. The others, well, there's enough for 3 cards total, and you can do those on your own. I'm going to show you how to do one. Okay, so again, I have it facing, so the opening's to my right. I'm going to start with my red cardstock here that looks like a postage stamp, and depending on what paper you have, there might be a white end, so it's very easy to do the glue on this side and put the red down, but it shouldn't matter what side you use, as long as you just use tape or glue for one side. So I'm going to go through, and I'm just going to generously add some tape to hold it down. Make it a really easy lines on each side. And it has some grooves here to line up your other paper too. So this holes there will help you to line up your next piece. But you'll just take this and you're going to lay it just as central as you can. You'll see the pink pop out because I wanted to get that Valentine's Day feel. And there'll be some overlaps, which is kind of fun. So it's not going to be a perfectly symmetrical card. And I think that's the point. We didn't want it to be like this perfect, elegant thing. We wanted to give the illusion of the postage stamp. So it's going to overlap on the ends a little bit, which is so much fun. It'll fit in the envelope just fine. No worries there. Okay. So once you assemble the postage stamp piece, we're going to grab the black cardstock to be our mat. All right. And with me, I tried to go through and make sure that you had clean cuts, but if you're OCD like I am, I like to try to trim the little edges. I just take some scissors to them and just clean up the edges a little bit. I also tried to erase all the pencil marks when I did measuring for you. If you notice some pencil marks, use the other side, or if you want to erase, you can as well. It doesn't matter. It was just for me to measure things in a quick assembly line fashion. But I'm going to take the one side and I'm going to just adhere glue in the corners. You do not need much more glue than that. You'll just put it in like little places. I just kind of dab a little bit, so you can see my tape's just kind of in some spots, and you're going to take it and you're going to aim for that square there and try to just center your piece as much as possible. I measured it so that there's some overlap, but it'll be your matting to kind of give a 3D effect for your card and to make your little guy pop out. So that's where the matting comes. Like I said, it covers up a little of the postage, but you don't want to cover the postage completely. So try to aim for that square that I made for you. Okay. And then finally, take your Valentine's Day themed paper. Same thing. You're going to just dab some glue around the outside of it. Doesn't need a whole lot to secure it down, as we're going to be stacking things on top. Okay, so again, you'll try to center it around that mat. Think of it like a picture frame, and you're going to place it just so, just smooth it out, and it looks so fun. It almost looks 3D. It pops out for you. It's nice, just barrage of colors. I love how kind of kitschy it is too. It's super cute. So you're going to do that to all 3 cards, and same process. You can rewind and rewatch if you need help. And I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about assembling the characters and creatures to our card, and also working on the sentiments, and then we're going to finally put those fun embellishments on too. Okay, so I'll be back. Alright guys, so I went and assembled all 3 of our cards. Again, opening facing to the right, seal to the left, and you'll notice that this paper had a definite, like, what was top, what was bottom, so I kind of adjusted my paper to kind of go uniform with our piece. Everyone's paper is going to be a little different. It's up to you and what you want to decide. Make it your own, make it fun. So I'm going to take our creatures that I set aside a little earlier, and we're going to assemble them. So I'm going to take out my apple, my sheep, and my bunny. All right. And then we're going to lay these little banners aside to work with in a little bit. And that will be the next step. So you can decide where you'd like to place your creatures depending on like what color cardstock you have. You can mix and match. It is your preference. This is your time to get creative. So I noticed that my apple is very heavily pink, and so is my sheep, and I have a pink cardstock. Now that would work just fine, but I think I'm going to put them on the lighter pink cardstock just for some contrast. And then my bunny is going to kind of go in the middle there. So I don't care how you assemble them on the paper. It's up to you, but because we're going to be adding a banner, I typically like to put them in the upper left quadrant. Like, for example, we have our apple. I'm probably going to put them a little, like, kind of skewed to the corner, so that the sentiment can sit down below. So to do that, I'm just going to, again, turn my little baby over, and I'm going to just liberally glue the back very generously, to assemble my apple. Again, any glue is going to work. You can use tape, you can use Elmer's, you can use a glue stick, whatever works for you. I'm just using my tape runner because that's what I do for most of my crafts. Okay, and again, so I have him. I'm going to try to stick him toward the corner here. It's cool if he overlaps on the postage stamp. I actually think that makes it have more character and dynamics. So I'm just going to press firmly down to support my little guy's stem there, and he's kind of skewed, which is so fun. And then I'm going to take one of the banners that I put to the side. It doesn't matter if you do it upwards or downwards. That's up to you. I'm trying to see which way I want to do it. I kind of like it downwards, kind of like almost like an arch, and you can choose whether you want it to go with him or go straight across. I think I'm going to do straight across so it gives it some contrast. So again, it doesn't matter what side you use, just liberally apply some glue here. I'm just going to stick it right to that center here. And I like it to overlap. I actually think it's really cool. It gives the card so much more character. But you do however you'd like to assemble. I'm putting it overlapping the postage stamp a little bit. And then the front is like totally done, ready to rock, set aside. Okay? So we're going to put him down for now and come back to him with the sentiment later. Okay, let's look at our bunny. So we can play around with whether we want to do it on this corner side. I love kind of skewing him to the corner, but it'd be fun if you wanted to even go the opposite corner. That's totally cute too. Or if you want to put him right in the middle, that's up to you, your preference here. So I'm going to kind of play around and see where I want to put this little guy. Again, you don't have to be overly particular about how you glue them. They are going to stay. They're really nice, thick cardstock. And it's fun if they have a little bit of give because it makes them have so much more character. So just make sure you get their arms and their whiskers and all those places here. I don't know. I'm so OCD that I kind of want my guys to kind of... All right, we're going to do some lettering just to kind of talk about some of the sentiments that were on that card. So I wanted to just do some practice before we actually put it on the banner and just show you a couple of different techniques we could do as far as writing is concerned. You don't have to be a professional, like typography. I don't know the correct word for it, like calligraphist, or typographyist. I'm not sure. Okay, you don't have to be perfect at the artsy letters. But I do have a calligraphy pen that I'm going to use and just do some basic practice on just the sheet of paper. I'm going to try to turn this. I'm got to get better at video taking. This is my first one, so thanks for bearing with me. I think I'm going to invest in one of those really neat, like, holders for my phone. But this one should say love you. So, and the pun is the you, like as in a sheep, you. So, I thought that you could be very simple if you wanted and do just the like cute little dots at the end of like love you, and the U is EWE. So that would be super fun just to play, and they don't have to be perfect. Remember, this comes from the heart. But I love those little dots. It gives it some character. It makes it a little fancy. You can do an exclamation point if you wanted to. Okay, you could do love you. Or we can do a little fancier with the markup of almost like a calligraphy piece. So like it's all about dragging your pen and just kind of doing like a cursive bit too. I just play with a fake calligraphy. It's like semi-cursive. And I just kind of let my letters flow. And I just kind of play with this idea. And just, not perfect, but it's there. So you can do whatever you like. If you wanted to just even be playful and do like a heart for the E and do like love you. The handwriting is unique enough since everybody's is different that would be a lot of fun as well. So have fun, play around with it. I'm going to come back and show you what I came up with. I'm going to give you the sentiments too and show you what they look like so you can model them for yourself. Okay? All right, coming back to you guys. I just went and did a general cursive because there's a little small space, but I just wanted to show you how it turned out. I just did cursive. Here are the apple of my eye. So cute. Somebody loves you. I just tried to space it over that banner there. And then the love you. Okay. So go ahead and make them all pretty. Put your little sentiments on there. And then we're going to do the googly eyes, which is my favorite part, I think. My voice just got higher and excited. So go ahead and I'm going to just dump my little bag here. I put a piece of white paper down so it's easier for you to see. I have a weird puzzle, a table here, so cover that up so you can see a little bit better. But I give you a whole bunch of different things, and I'm just going to sort through and find those googly eyes. Okay, so you should have 3 larger googly eyes and 3 small googly eyes to kind of play with the funky, kind of just a little off, I guess, to make their character pop a little bit. I'm just trying to find the last little Google eye. There he is. It's hiding. So you should have 3 medium-sized and 3 baby ones. And then the rest are all just gems that you can play with later. Okay. So with this, I'm going to use a glue dot. I have small glue dots, but you could use, I have a glue pen. You could use your tape. However it works, but I like this because it's nice and small, and I just put a glue dot right in the bottom, or a dab of glue right in the bottom of the eyeball, and I'm going to choose one of my creatures, and I don't care if you do the left or right as the bigger eyeball, but you'll just place it on, like the bunny has little eye holes, they all have little black eye holes, and you'll kind of place his little shaky eye there, and then I'll do the same with the small one, and grab my glue dot, place it to the back again. Any glue will do, really. And if you need to use tweezers, you grab it with some tweezers. Okay, if it's really small, and you can stick his little eye right on the paper there. Okay, and kind of center it over there. So it just gives like a little wonky big eye and small eye, just kind of a little silly and cute. So you'll do that with all 3 of them. Okay, so put the eyes on, and then have some fun and put some glue on the back of your rhinestones, and you can decorate. I like to decorate the colored paper, but you can put this glue these little rhinestones anywhere on your project to make it pop. And I'll come back and show you my final product then. So I'll let you guys go and do that and just adjust all those pieces to your final project to make it really like shine there. Okay. All right, coming back with the final project here, I just went and glued some embellishments and made it all sparkly and shiny. So I actually, in hindsight, saw that it was fun to do the medium-sized eye and the small eye with the bunny, but with the apple, since it has bigger eye holes there, I used the two medium eyeballs for those eye holes, and then I did the two small ones with the lamb. It just worked out a little prettier. It's your choice, whatever you'd like to do. And then I just chose different little glued embellishments. They shine and shimmer. I have tons left over, so you can use as many or as little as you want, and that's up to you if you want to save those for another project or use them all. Or fun, you could put them on the front of your envelope or even seal your envelope with a gem. That's just your choice as well. But this would be your card. If you wanted to get a little fancier, you could cut a piece of white cardstock and put it here. I'm just gonna write on this and send it to my loved ones, so that's something you can do as well. But you should see your 3 products. I'm going to take a picture of the final product and display them, but they're ready to be set for Valentine's Day. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and if you want, you could mail them, you could give them away to a friend or a loved one, you could save them, have your kid do one, whatever you'd like to do. I'm just going to kind of put them aside, figure out who I want to send them to. So go ahead when you're finished. I'd love to see your final products, so please post them on my Instagram or Facebook page, True Confections Boutique, and I cannot wait to see what you came up with. I want to see those awesome handwriting letters. Remember, you do not have to be professional to do this, just a neat handwritten love, and just remember, it's a thought that counts. These are a lot of fun. They look super cute, but remember, your heart goes into these as well. So take your time with it, rewatch this as much as possible, and I can't wait to see your final results. So thank you for watching.